Alright, hello YouTube. Time for another video review. Updates. I've gotten a new camera. I'm not using the iPhone anymore. Hopefully I'll be using this camera for my next reviews as well. And also I'm sorry it took so long to make another one, but I'm just insanely busy with school at the moment. But I hope to make a few more. This time we'll be talking about these headphones, which are basically, I mentioned in an earlier video that I'd be talking about the Thunderpants. I ended up not doing that because I really did not like them very much. But these are basically the same thing but different. It's also based on the Fostex t50rp. Also dynamic headphone, but these they still use the same headband as the Fostex does and as the Thunderpants does. They have some felt inside here, but apart from that it's the same headband. But the cups are much different from the Thunderpants. The Thunderpants are made of wood purely. These are actually made of a very hard acrylic material. Plastic, and the back here is a piece of wood, mainly just for the looks. In this case this is ebony, which has been polished and waxed. It hasn't actually got any gloss on it, but I really like this finish. The hinges here have been changed from the original to two steel ball joints. They are very sturdy, and I love them a lot. These headphones are, as you know, the original Thunderpants were built by a guy named Smacky on the Headfi forums. The person who built these are from Denmark and goes under the name Locuson on the Headfi forums. I'll post some links in the description to his thread about these headphones, so you can see a few more pictures of his other headphones, and even if you want a pair you could ask him if he is ready to build some. I think he might not be making any more at the moment, but you might be able to commission one from him. The pads here are made from, they're taken from the Shure, I think it's the Shure SR840, I think they're called, I'm not quite sure. But any of the Shure headphone pads will fit these. These are the pleather ones. I have not tried the velour pads on them, but I really like these, and I'll get to why in a moment. Last thing about the build. For those who don't know, the Fostex headband is made of some very soft rubber, and with these aluminium rods out here. The cable, he made this himself, made it out of, as far as I could see, it's a Pro Audio microphone cable he used with a no-trick jack. It's very strong and a good quality, nice and soft, sounds great. No problem with the cable so far. It does look, you can see that it's a DIY job here, and the connection, the splitter, but apart from that it's very well done. And the fact that the cups here are cut by a CNC machine means there are no human errors on them like with the Thunderpants. The Thunderpants tended to, I mean, you could feel they were handmade because they had small nooks and crannies everywhere, small details that didn't fit completely perfect together and so on. None of that here. This is completely immaculate. Also you have bass ports down here, you can probably see, very important detail. The right cup marked by this red band of, I'm not sure what it is, heat shrink I think. But yeah, as far as the sound, these are very good for portable use because they isolate extremely well. They put a decent amount of pressure on your head, and then with these cups they isolate like I don't know, earmuffs or something. It's insanely how much So I saw the graph on Inner Fidelity's website on them, and I think they isolated like 40 dB or something. It's insanely much, and that's without any noise cancellation. It's simply because they isolate so well. That also means you get a very isolated headroom, making the sound very well controlled. And that's actually one of the greatest qualities of this headphone, is that because of the very hard material used for the cups and the enclosed headroom and so on, the space within the headphone where the driver is free to move. And by the way, for those who know about modding the t50rp, the guy used, I think he spent like a year or more developing the dampening scheme inside the headphone. For those who doesn't know about the t50rp already, that won't make any sense, but basically it's some soft pads inside that help making this control the sound, making it sound as good as it does. And really it does sound amazing. It has an incredible amount of details. I think only my custom in-ear monitors and maybe some of my very expensive headphones, as in around the $1,000 bracket, might have had the same amount of detail, but apart from that, I've very rarely experienced anything like it. And by the way, these cost $650 as far as I remember is his price at the moment. He will be making some other versions of it, which will be, I think, more expensive, a lighter version with some carbon fiber and so on. Looking forward to that. But until then, the sound of them is very, very neutral. It's one of the best all-rounders I've heard. As I said, an incredible amount of detail and resolution. It has, well, basically it has the amount of bass, the amount of mid-range, and the amount of treble that you need. Nothing more, nothing less. It has what you need. It's not giving you as much bass as, say, the Denon D7000 would, because that, some people might think that's a bit too much. Which is why they're just really, really very neutral. They reminded me a bit of the Biodynamic T1 in the sense that they're very good with all genres. I've used them with metal, ambient, electronic, world music, classical music, basically almost every genre, and they performed amazingly with every single one of them, which is quite unusual for closed headphones. Closed headphones tend to be, well, they tend to be very bassy, and in that sense, some, for example, classical genres, they won't be as good as for example, an open headphone like the Sennheiser HD600. But I really think these does the job very well. One thing to note though, the sound stage is not very large. On the Denon it's quite big for a closed headphone, but on these it's not very, very large, and it's pretty well defined. You can hear, you can hear where everything is, where every instrument is placed, but it doesn't sound like you're at a concert, like it would with, for example, the Grados. But it's a fairly good soundstage for a closed headphone. But really the strength is in the neutrality and the fact they are so neutral, so you can use them with any genre whatsoever. So yeah, not really much to criticize on these. If anything, it might be, if I have to be a bit nitpicky, the hinges here, they're tiny bit loose, but it's nothing. They're extremely solid and very strong, and they're made from steel, so it's not like it's going to be a problem. It's just feels strange. But he told me I could you can unlock them here and take them apart, and then you can give them some what do you call that in English? I'm not quite sure actually, but some oil or some lard, I think, basically what you'd use for cogwheels and so on. Most people would be able to find it, and then just give it, feed it inside here. He does that with his newer headphones. This was the first one he sold, so it was a bit of an experiment. And for an experiment, I have to say he did extremely well. It's one of the best headphones I've ever heard, I think, to this day. Especially considering the price at $650, I don't think you will be able to find any closed headphone that can match it. Possibly not even. I mean, in the States you would be able to get the D7000 for the price, and really I have to say the D7000, I like it more, but that's just a personal preference. If I had to get something neutral and all-rounder, I'd probably have to go with this one. The Koda 2 it's called. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Very solid quality, nice sounding, nothing really wrong with it, which is quite amazing for a hand-built homemade headphone. I'll leave all the information on them and where you can find them and so on in the description. And I'll be releasing some, I think I'll be releasing a few more reviews this next week, because I have vacation, so I suppose I'd make some. I better. It's been a long time since I've done it the last time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and leave your comments below if you have some questions or any advice for my future videos, anything you'd like to see. I might be able to get it, but I think I'll probably just stick to what I've got so far. I might also do some reviews of my speakers I just got this Christmas, because they are amazing. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want more, and thumbs up, and yeah, goodbye.